Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, February 28th, 2022. And I'm here again at Mission Trails Regional Park. And I was originally planning on hiking up Woodson Mountain today, but it was still raining at a pretty good clip over in Ramona, over that area. So I parked I was going to take the service road by the Cal Fire station up to Woodson because it's paved and it shouldn't be all muddy. But it was still raining at a pretty good clip over there. So as I was getting out of my car and actually started walking towards the road, it was raining pretty good, so I just said, you know what, I'm good. I almost was going to go home, but I noticed there are a few breaks in the clouds here. So I'm over here by the Mission Dam Trail, and I'm going to try to see if I can make it up to Kwaay Paay today. See how muddy it is. It's very wet out here, of course, from the pretty decent rains we've had, especially since last week's hike when I did Iron Mountain. So yeah, I was going to do Woodson Mountain today. I was just going to walk up the paved road, considering the trails are probably extremely muddy. And then like I said, it was raining pretty decently. And I do have a poncho. But I only want to really use it if I'm out in the middle of a hike and then all of a sudden it starts raining or whatever. So I was going to turn to come back. Just really wasn't much in the mood for it. So I started driving back on and off rain. And then I saw some breaks in it towards this area, closer to my house. So I think, maybe I'll stop off at Mission Trails and shoot a video or two. So I think what I'm going to do is take a chance and see how the conditions are getting up to Kwaay Paay. The soil here is pretty hard, so it's not too bad yet. Last time I was here was back in August, and it hadn't rained. Well, it's getting muddy now, though. So we'll see how this ends up turning out for me. For the most part, the trail surface isn't too bad. It's a little muddy in spots. I was thinking it was supposed to hold off until tonight, most of it. There were some decent rain showers as I was on Highway 67 today. So that's what kind of turned me off to the idea of trying to go for it. So I think today I'll do the winter version of Kwaay Paay, so you can see how drastically different it looks during this time of year. Which will also mean I've hit all 5 summits this year. I hit 2 or 3 of them. I think I hit 2 of them in 2022. One day, though, would like to get an early start and do all 3 of them in one hike. That would be really cool. Do all 5 of them. North and South Fortuna from one trailhead. I can do that. And also Kwaay Paay from the opposite side, where I park down by the Mission Dam, I can go through Oak Canyon, get up to the Fortuna Ridge, and get both of those hiked. Go back across Father Junipero Serra, come up to where I'm coming now to do Kwaay Paay, and then when I'm done, or maybe it'll be the second hike, depending on how busy it is, drive over and do the Coles Mountain hike, probably from Navajo and Golf Crest, or from Barker Way. Probably from Navajo Golf Crest, because I haven't done that way yet. That'd pretty neat. And then hit Piles and Coles. Cross also Peak 1380, so it'll actually be a 6-peak hike. I think we got some mutton sage here. Yeah. Yeah, we got some mutton sage here. I've never seen this plant in the wild before. I didn't notice it first time I was here because it was all dry and dormant. But yeah, looks like we got Salvia munzii, I believe that's what this is here. It looks a lot like black sage, but it smells a little different. It has a little bit different of a pungence. Yeah, I believe we got mun sage here, Salvia munzii, and it's starting to get its flower buds. So I think I know where my spotlight video will happen when it blooms. But yeah, I think this is Salvia munzii, the mun sage. It's got more of a purplish blue flower. So yeah, it smells a little different than black sage. And the leaves are a little smaller. They're kind of wrinkly and similarly colored, but the leaves are a little smaller. So I think that's mun sage. I've always been wanting to see that in the wild. I've seen the plant before. I've seen it in the Fullerton Arboretum in North Orange County. And I also bought a couple online years ago. They didn't make it too long, unfortunately. I have bad luck with sage. Always had bad luck with sages. So I've had the plant before, but I've never seen it in the wild until now. So that looks like Salvia munzii. I'll do a little cross-referencing to make sure, but the smell's a little different. All right, I'll see you up the way. I'll see what else I can find today. Well, knowing that we are going towards wildflower season, I'm noticing some violets. These are yellow flower plants right here. I think these are Viola pedunculata. I think those are the Johnny Jump Up violets. I've seen a few of them just a few feet back on this beautiful stand of coastal sage grouse here. Yeah, so I was out that way earlier. It's out towards Powell and Ramona. It was pretty rainy. Of course, I would have been hiking on pavement. I'm here on this kind of semi-muddy trail right now. But this is a little bit shorter of a hike than Woodson from 67. I've done Woodson from Lake Poway. That was like almost 5 years ago. That was back in April 2018. Maybe I'll try to find the pictures and post one of those video slideshows. But here are more of these violets that are popping up here. Again, I'm pretty sure this is Viola pedunculata, Johnny Jump Ups, that are blooming right now. Now, there are a few species of violets here in Southern California, but it's really cool to see some more layers of floral variability. hiking up this beautiful trail here. I'm hoping to see some more of that sage. Yeah, I'm almost certain that that's mund sage that I saw. I've only seen a couple of white sages since filming that clip, so I'm hoping there's more. As I said, when I was here back in August, a lot of the plants were dormant, so the sages would have looked very dehydrated. So this is another way back down Kwaay Paay. So I'm coming up basically the way I came up the first time. I'm hoping to see some more mund sage. That would be really cool. I can kind of tell the flowers on it had a much darker blue, more of a tubular shape, whereas black sage has more strongly lipped flowers, like they have a lip on the bottom. Typical mint family flowers. See if it starts getting muddy again. All right. Not too bad, actually. I'm kind of glad. It's a little bit in spots. But yeah, I meant to say earlier, mund sage and black sage are quite similar looking. So when the summer dormancy period hits, when it's dry, plants look even more similar with their dehydrated foliage. Catch you on the next clip. Well, making some progress up the hill. I'm taking my time. I ain't rushing this. Short hike, got plenty of time. Yeah, there's more mund sage. This is definitely mund sage. This is definitely a Salvia munzii. It's in bloom up here. The one I saw at the beginning was relatively early on in its blooming period. But this one's well into it. So I could tell this is mund sage instead of black sage. The shorter leaves, the slightly smaller, purple, more tubular flowers with these little lips here. Little lips don't hang down as far as the more of the whiter slash whitish blue black sage. And interestingly, I'm not seeing black sage at all over here. Where you will find a lot of black sage is along the Oak Canyon Trail. You'll find a lot of it there. So maybe I'll get to find it and show you the slight difference. So the mund sage leaves are a little shorter, a little more rounded, as opposed to the black sage, which is a little bit longer. And there's a little bit more of a grayish cast to mund sage than there is black sage. Hoping to find some black sage so I can show you. Would be nice to compare and contrast the two. But yeah, so what started off pretty inauspiciously has turned into a very good day. Just a few feet stepped onto the trail. So let's say things are looking up, literally and figuratively. Okay, here's the black sage. This one's definitely black sage. So I did a spotlight video on mun sage. So all I need to do is do a little video on that to add to it. So I keep seeing you up the way, but yeah, you notice black sage leaves are much longer, much longer. So I'll see you up the way. Seems like my day of botany is just turning out pretty good. So a little further up the way, not that much further, found another interesting sage-related find. Now, showed you some black sage, showed you some mun sage, showed you some white sage. But did I show you a black/white sage? You heard me right. This right here is a hybrid between white and black sage. And how I can kind of tell is by the structure of the plant. The leaves are narrow, more like black sage. Leaves are narrow like black sage. Yet the inflorescent stalks are a lot more akin to what you'd see on white sage. And when you sniff the leaves look more like black sage than white sage. However, they smell more like white sage. White sage doesn't have this wrinkly leaf texture like black sage does. So today must be the day of the sage for me. And in the twigs are more akin to what you'd expect on white sage than black sage. And like I said, I do smell a little bit of an intermediacy between the white and black sage in this hybrid bush, but the smell leans more towards what you'd expect on white sage. Here's another hybrid. So this is Salvia apiana and Salvia mellifera hybrid. So white and black sage hybrid. Every time I turn around, there's something else interesting popping up. Throwing my botany, my love for botany, into the mix. And not to mention, it's just so green and luscious up here. Here's some more black sage right here. So yeah, that was a hybrid white and black sage. All right. More black sage. Now we're getting some views opening up here. Looking out towards where I was going to go hiking earlier. It looks like I think it might have cleared out of there too. It doesn't look like it's raining, but it's in the clouds. I think I'll get some views here today. Alright. First time I was on Kwaay Paay, it was overcast from the rain layer, so I did it early in the morning. It is absolutely stunning up here. Nice cool breeze. Supposed to only get up in the mid 50s, I think, today. All right, I'll see you up the way. These beautiful hills here. Mission Trails Regional Park. All right, so making some progress. Beautiful Mission Manzanita. You know it. And here's more of that woolly ceanothus. Ceanothus tomentosus. A month later, and it's still blooming fiercely. It's weird. I mentioned earlier that, oh, I didn't see black sage. I didn't see black sage until after I did that spotlight video on mud sage. And now I'm seeing it everywhere. It's all black sage now. Making it smell so good up here. Kind of had to stop my clip for a minute there. The guy coming down was using a barrage of profanity. I don't like profanity on my videos. So we're coming up, getting ready to go up the staircase. Yep, there's one of those here on Kwaay Paay. Stopping here because there's a really cool breeze blowing right now and it feels really nice. There's good old South Fortuna. That one and North Fortuna. Did those back in, did them together back in January. That was my first outing of 2023. And you can see where the power lines cross the ridge near Fortuna Saddle. That's a pretty nice hike. Of course, getting ready to climb up the staircases where there going to be a lot of wooden steps in the trail. I remember that from the first time I went up here. First, I think I remember pointing this guy out too. This is a Tory scrub oak right here. Quercus acutidens. Right up here, looking down this north-facing flank here. Some use trail here. I wonder where this goes. I don't think it's an officially sanctioned trail, but you get some good views from South Fortuna. Much different than when I came the first time. The marine layer was pretty low, and once I got up to the top there, I was kind of in the clouds for a good part of the time. Today is going to be a little bit different, so I'm going to be able to show you the views on top of Kwaay Paay. I'm pretty excited about that. So, for this being a backup plan, or not even a plan, I didn't even plan to come to Mission Trails today, but for a backup excursion, this is really just feels great, feels right. I love coming back to this park time and time again, because I've never failed by the beauty here. Now, there are a lot of people who like to use this park as their outdoor gym, and a lot of people who use this as their nature refuge. I guess it's both for me. So yeah, we're getting ready to go up the staircase now. So, like on a lot of the peaks here, there is a stairmaster, as I call it. It's all worth it though. Catch you on the next clip. Alright. I think I'm just about past the staircase. It's starting to sprinkle right now. Drizzle drops falling right now. The staircase is a little bit of a workout. We've got a few more stairs. Should be gaining the plateau pretty soon. All right, reached the plateau area. The rest of this should be pretty easy. Here we are, looking over towards Powell's Peak. Ooh, a little sweaty coming up here. Of course, Coles. There's good old North Fortuna poking out over there. I was taking a lot of pictures today too. So much more verdant up here. Coming the right season. Just a few light sprinkles right now. Nothing like I encountered going towards Ramona, Poway. And it was a fully thick overcast over there. Here it's broken up into cumulus congestus clouds. I believe these are cumulus congestus. Yeah, these are cumulus congestus. All right. Just a very gentle uphill walk. Be at the summit very soon. Yeah, despite a lot of the clouds and stuff, the base of them just high enough to keep the views. Pretty busy this morning. A lot of people. Don't blame them. They're trying to stretch their legs between storms. Okay. Alright, here it is. Kwaay Paay. Second time up here. Last clip somehow got corrupted. At least one of the clips got corrupted here on my video. I was leaving the last staircase and coming up here. I'm here at the summit right now at Kwaay Paay, but the last clip got corrupted. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, the last clip I was coming up here, there was about 5 or 6 minutes of me hiking up to the top here, and it disappeared. The last good file was the one that I took when I was taking some pictures on the side of the trail. So here I am, Kwaay Paay Peak. Fortunately, some pretty good video got corrupted on my way up here. And there was at least another file. Looks like it got corrupted. I was kind of reviewing the footage just to see what's going on, and kind of disappointed. Just walking along the last few stairs and walking along this very gentle summit plateau. I'm hoping this comes through. I'm going to be kind of disappointed. Yeah, there's at least another file that was corrupted. Yeah, much more beautiful here than it was the first time I was up here in August when the green layer was covering this whole area. These clouds are high enough to allow some pretty good views. So there we are, looking towards North Fortuna Mountain right there, South Fortuna Mountain right there, and this is looking north. You can see Black Mountain over there in Rancho Penasquitos, of course, Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, as we're looking northwest. And now we're going to start swinging it more towards the west, and there's Soledad Mountain over in La Jolla. That hike back in earlier this month, which is, it's always more fun hiking it than just driving it, even though driving is beautiful too, but hiking it's more fun. We're looking west. That's down towards where Claremont Mesa is, Kearney Mesa. I'm swinging to the southwest over towards the city downtown portion, and Point Loma next to it. And we're looking towards Las Islas Coronados, we're off of Baja. And of course to the south, there's actually higher terrain over there, but it's a keep out sign, so I'm gonna obviously respect that, even though I really like to touch the high point. And there it is, a sign for Kwaay Paay, 1,194 feet. All right, I guess I better go take a couple pictures and we'll see. Start heading down. I'm gonna re-record the footage I had when I was coming up and on the way back down. Just had a runner just came up, ran, and tagged the summit and dipped really quickly. That's why you hear the footsteps running in the background. I'm hoping this clip takes, so I'm gonna try to get the portion that I had coming up going back down. Kind of disappointed because I usually like to film myself getting the last few steps towards the summit, so I guess I'll have to do it in reverse. I recorded a spotlight video. I'm hoping one of those files isn't corrupt. because that would really, really be bad news. So I'll have to do a little research on that. So what I could do is I could play back some of the video on my camera to see what's what. And I noticed the clip right before the last one was corrupt. I was going through the thumbnails. There's a big question mark on a black screen, and that's how I know it didn't come through. And there was another one on the way up here. I'm assuming it's probably a video too. Pretty disappointed in that, actually. So hoping wasn't my spotlight video. I mean, I don't want it to be any clip, but this is basically what I was hiking upward. But yeah, I like Kwaay Paay. It's a really cool summit up here. I'm hoping this camera's not gonna really get ruined on me. I love filming wherever I go. I love showing the adventures I have. I like trying to inspire people to get out there and check it out. And, there are a lot of hiking. Oh yeah, there are a lot of hiking channels on YouTube. A lot of them are great. A lot of them I really admire, especially some of the ones that do those really gnarly hikes like I used to do and I miss. But hoping that I can hopefully add another dimension to the hiking videos, especially the places that are relatively popular and a lot of people film their hikes going up and down the trail. I just like to add my own little flavor and just appreciate where I go. So yeah, I'm just about at the beginning of the downward portion of the staircase, or the Stairmaster as I affectionately call it. And once you gain the ridge, the last push to the summit, the hardest part is at the base of the staircase up to about this point here, and then it's smooth walking the rest of the way. It's pretty chill, actually. Hoping maybe do some review. If that's one of my spotlight videos that got corrupted, I might have to refilm it and hope that it comes out. So if I can't review it, I might not know what I missed. Hate to go home and have a half completed spotlight video. So yeah, we're gonna start getting steeper. Yeah, once you're on the ridge, those last 200 yards or whatever are pretty much a walk in the chaparral. All right, I'm gonna take you to the edge of that cliff. Well, not cliff, but that steep slope. I'm gonna go just double check. I'll see you in the next clip. I'm gonna see if this is working. So yeah, kind of stopped there and did some review. Apparently the videos on the video clips that are going to make up my spotlight video are intact. So one of the other clips I lost was one of the hiking clips coming uphill. So I double checked on the camera, and it seemed like all the clips were okay. I think there was one. The one clip besides the last push to the summit, the one clip I was missing, I think it was one where I found a hybrid white and black sage. I think that's the one I was missing. When I come by that plant again, I'm gonna have to, stop by it, look to see if the clip, if that's the clip indeed I'm missing, and I believe that is the clip I'm missing, because it was not that long after my spotlight video where the corrupt file was. Kind of disappointed, to be honest with you. But thankfully, my spotlight clips are intact. And that I'm happy about, especially because of the fact that seem to get more interest. People seem to get, I think a lot of people seem to get more interested with the plant videos, the actual spotlight videos. I think that's where I get the most views. So I need to keep doing plant videos too. And for me, I'm not obsessed about views and subscribers. I just be getting millions and millions of subscribers. I just like recording content and showing whoever might be interested some stuff that that person might be interested in. For me, you know, I appreciate the subscribers I have, and I do apologize sometimes if I get behind on reviewing comments. I do apologize for that. Sometimes I do get behind, especially during the middle of the work week. Always that's where it always seems to get to be the worst for me. So, since the people who do subscribe really like nature videos, I really love recording them. I like showing people these awesome places. Whether I had 100 or 1,000,000, you know, at least some people are getting to see the awesome side of nature out here. And it really is awesome. There's a type of cudweed here. I think this is Bioletti's cudweed. I think this is Pseudonephalium bioletti, I believe. That's what it looks like. There's actually one growing in my neighbor's yard, right next to mine, really close to where the fence is. So I have to admire it when I pull in the parking lot when I get home, pull in my parking space when I get home from work. I always have to admire it, thinking, hey, yeah, this is a California native plant. It's always crazy. It's crazy to think, you know, oh man, we get all these invasive weeds that pop up and make the gardens all weedy. Or we see non-native plants taking over native scapes. But I always think it's pretty funny. It's kind of like an Uno reverse card when I see a native plant sprouting in the middle of a garden full of exotic plants. I think it's funny in a way. To me, it's cool. I think it's cool because it's a native plant. I mean, it's native to the area. So I find it fascinating when that happens. I think it's cool. And I love seeing it. Like, my neighbor has mostly succulents and succulent plants and non-native ornamentals, and then a native plant pops up like a quote-unquote weed in an exotic garden. So to me, it's kind of like an Uno reverse card thing. Ooh, there's a spiny cucumber that didn't get a chance to mature. Myra microcarpus. So yeah, I'm at the stairwell portion, or the stairmaster, and it's actually where the hike is really lush because the chaparral's really tall. So it's actually one of the most beautiful portions of the hike. That's why I'm spending the time filming it on the way down, because it's where the lushest vegetation is. Alright. It's so beautiful out here. I really love this place. I love Mission Trails. Especially when you go up in the hills. The hills and the canyons. especially where the chaparral, sage scrub, and woodlands are. Just feels so great, so satisfying. But I'm gonna go back down to where I found that black/white sage, and I'm gonna see if I need to re-record that clip. So I'll see you down the way. Yeah, so I'm making my way down. I was gonna try to hike that earlier today. Like I said, it was just a little too much rain for my liking. I did this. I guess I was meant to come here today. I'm not complaining anymore. I might have been a little grumpy when I turned around and headed back this way on 67. I was almost just gonna go home, but then I was thinking, hey, the skies look a little lighter towards Mission Trails. I see some breaks in the clouds over there. Sure enough, that was it. Hello. Yep. I saw the breaks in the clouds. I said, you know what? Let's just stop by and see what's happening. Luckily, this was an auspicious occurrence. So, again, I mentioned earlier, along this trail, I saw some hybrid white and black sage, and upon reviewing the video, I'm almost 100% certain that video footage got corrupted. So I'm trying to find it on the way down. So I can show you, there's some, we got Mun sage. Shouldn't have seen clips of the Mun sage up here. And black sage, of course. Black sage is a little bit higher up on the trail. Black sage comes to be the dominant sage. Lower down, it's really not super prevalent except for some Mun sage. Occasional white sage popping up here and there. But yeah. Well, mid to higher portions of this trail, black sage is very abundant. It's doing very well because of all the rain we've had. So these sages are really coming into their own. I'm trying to find the white/black sage hybrid. I saw a couple plants on this side of the trail, so they would have been on my right while I was hiking uphill. But now I'm hiking downhill, trying to see if I could find them. I don't even want to just take a moment to appreciate the awesomeness of black sage. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, wonderfully beautiful, picturesque, and wonderfully fragrant shrub that we have lucky to have growing here in California, especially here in beautiful Southern California, lining the edges of trails in chaparral and out pockmarking the coastal sage scrub with its beautiful minty green foliage. Of course, next to its unrelated California sagebrush, Artemisia californica, another plant I find that we are very lucky to have here. And those two are fairly widespread in California, especially on the coastal side of everything. Coastal northern and southern California. This is one awesome trail. I love it. The Kwaay Paay trail didn't disappoint the first time, and it sure is not disappointing now. I come up here a little bit later on in the spring. We'll probably have to come back and see what's going on. See more wildflowers hopefully popping off to round the experience. So come up here in all seasons. Been up here during the dry summer months when most of the sagebrush was kind of a dusty gray.